Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Child of Light dub. Last episode we met 2 new party members and got through the Tree of Thorns. Well, actually we're not quite done yet with this area. As always, we have to be careful not to hit ourselves on the thorns. Here I seem to completely miss a chest, but picked up another one. There's also a confession here, number 8. I actually think that I saw the chest initially, but just ignored it to pick it up later, I guess. So yeah, this is clearly done in post-commentary because I'm often confused by the decisions I made in the past.
Oh, Igniculus, fly on by. The lowest of the low I do not spy.
Oh, Aurora, search the sky, because I don't see the highest of the high.
Hello! Pilgrims on a long journey are we. Empty. Where could they all be?
So, we arrive at a village, but there seems to be no one here. It does seem that there is a lot of birds here. Crows to be exact. Here we can do the classic RPG protagonist move of entering someone's house and stealing their stuff. I'm sure they won't mind, right? Well, this bird seems to be mad that we took his chest, but too bad that he's just a bird and he can't do anything about it. This is actually a missable interaction, I think, because later on the bird won't be in the house. Kinda. Here we reach the second part of the village, and this bird is completely drunk. He even makes hiccup sounds. Damn, alcoholism seems to be rampant in the crow population. Alcohol is bad, kids.
Excuse me, sir? Have you the sun or moon within this well?
Hurrah, princess, you came!
Most certainly not. Can't you see?
I'm all alone again. My grandpa and I are casters, keeping the village safe from demise. I left a couple of days before to replenish our supplies. And zounds, the Dark Queen cursed my kin to birds. The water of Lethe would cure a man. I have to make the journey down. But fear has.
Poor man. The well must go down only a short span.
Come on, Finn, jump in.
You said you cast spells?
Hey, princess, I'm one of the best.
In the well, it will be put to the test.
Hooray, Finn here.
Aurora! Do not call me princess. What an eerie place, cold as death's own face.
Okay, now we get to check out our new party member. It's Finn, the Capili caster. So as he says, he is a caster, so basically a mage. He starts off with 1 fire spell, 1 water spell, and 1 lightning spell. And we also pick up Rage of the Capili, which is a passive skill that boosts the power of his spells. Passive skills are always nice because you don't have to think about activating them, and also they don't cost anything to use. I'm gonna talk more about him as we get into some battles, but for now I can try to give him some oculi. Or not, because I don't really know what to give him. Don't worry, later on I will start actually caring about oculi, it's just that for now I don't feel like it's really necessary. Okay, we finally get our first battle of the episode. And it's basically just a water variant of the spiders we already know. So this game is kind of victim to the classic RPG trope of reusing enemy designs a lot. With the introduction of Finn, we finally get more of a reason to care about elements and elemental weaknesses. So far we only had Aurora's light magic and the possibility of equipping elemental oculi on our character's weapon. But it didn't really matter since only a handful of enemies were weak to light anyways. The bottom of the well, the area that we are in, is filled with enemies that have elemental weaknesses. Which makes sense because this is where we get Finn. Kinda like an implicit tutorial on elements, which I like it better when games do it that way. Like instead of breaking the pace to explain everything with dialogue, it's like much more immersive that way.
We have to get out of here.
Calm down! Master your fear.
There's only a few and a half of us. You could just disappear.
We're at the bottom of the well.
Where flows Leafy's well?
Okay, we meet a new enemy. If I am not mistaken, he is weak to fire. He is also a pretty strong physical attacker. But first, let's take care of the two water spiders. Just because we know for sure that we can beat them with just 2 attacks. And that leaves us with just the stronger enemy. And he is indeed weak to fire. I'm kinda disappointed that Finn didn't finish the job, but as expected of a mage type character, Finn is very weak physically.
Bravo! You with the beard. Are you a magician?
Well, you might say it.
Come to the circus and try out.
She is inviting you to audition.
Up on stage? Are you kidding? Might as well feed me to a griffin.
We get some level ups, and we can see that Aurora is still lower leveled, but that won't really be a problem.
Oh no, I'll never get through.
Remember the door in the tree?
What do we do?
Do not worry. Wait and see.
We have another light puzzle to do here, but also a very obvious secret passage, so let's do that first. So this is only enemies that we have seen before, so let's just try to finish this up as quickly as possible. Our main issue with Finn is that he can really quickly run out of MP, especially earlier on in the game. But to be honest, we end up getting much more MP potions than necessary when it's all said and done.
Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mana Stone. I see there's crack between your joints. I hope you don't take this hard. But can I plant just a couple of sprigs of mint at key points?
I'm so mad that the little timer for the traps kept going during the dialogue. It really ruined everything. Maybe I will lower its volume when I edit the video, so maybe you don't even like realize it. Okay, now I'll go back because I was pretty sure that I missed some stuff. And indeed, there were 2 chests right there.
What a peculiar work of charity.
I hope it doesn't lead to tragedy.
Now is the time that I start avoiding fights if possible, just to make this go a bit faster. Hopefully this won't make me too underleveled, but I guess it just gives me more of a challenge. The one thing that terrifies me in this game though is that there is no manual save, so all we have to work with is autosaves. OMG dog jump scare. These fire dogs are obviously the enemies that are weak to water in this dungeon. And once again they are a redesign of an enemy that we already know. I think this might be the first time that an enemy ambushed me in this playthrough. Also, I don't really talk too much strategy on basic encounters like these because they are pretty straightforward. Bosses can be very different though. This enemy annoyingly lived for far too long.
Oh no, it cannot be. Avo, speak to me. I'm beside myself. Quick, give me some mint to calm my nerves.
Why would I carry mint?
No mint? Worse than the birds!
Why you are so upset, I do not see.
My grandma, this here bird be.
We shall find the cure. Do not dismay.
I wish I never got up today.
Every time that the area gets very open like this, it usually means that there are secrets hidden above, just like this. And if we go over here, we get one more confession. It's also important to check the lower corners for more treasure. I decided to take this fight because I figured that I might need a little bit more experience after all. And it's also a pretty interesting fight because we get to see one of each elemental enemy of this dungeon. The strategy doesn't really change at all though. I also really like that the spell for water is called Monsoon. It's just such a unique name for a water spell in a game. That said, Icy Claws, but to me that looked more like water. Aurora and Finn is one of my favorite duo composition, just because they are the best magic users of the party, and I really like magic in this game, which is weird because I usually prefer physical attacks in most RPGs. I managed to defend with both characters before the enemy got to act, and that puts us at a big advantage. Unfortunately, because we didn't have any MP left on Finn, we couldn't finish it this turn. And I tried to be cheeky and get a quick interruption, but that really backfired on us because the spider got the interruption on Finn and the critical hit. But just one more hit and we're done with this fight. And for some weird reason, I forgot to use my newly acquired skill points, which as you will see is a bit of a problem. Okay, as the epic music starts, we begin our fight against the next major boss of this game. This is somewhat of a difficulty spike, because unlike the other boss fights, this one is basically like fighting 3 bosses at once. Also, I'm switching to Rubella for her healing and fast attacks, to try and interrupt as much as I can. Finn is going to need all the support that we can give, because obviously the boss of this dungeon was specifically made for him to shine. So clearly you can easily identify that each head is weak to one of Finn's attack. The blue one is weak to lightning, the green one is weak to fire, and the red one is weak to water. The basic strategy for this fight is to try to destroy each individual head as fast as possible. This fight kinda becomes easier as it goes on, and you defeat each head. I don't remember if this was the first time, but here we could see Rubella's counter heal ability, pretty helpful when it activates. because that means we don't have to waste a turn healing her. The Firehead is getting low on HP, which is good. I will try to get that Monsoon in to try and defeat the head as fast as possible, but that very well may have been a mistake. I should just have used Protect. And because I didn't Protect, the green head was able to catch up and interrupt him again. Things are looking very bad. Another tricky thing about the boss technically being like 3 boss enemy is that we can't just keep Igniculus focused on one of the heads, all 3 of them are dangerous. We really have to multitask there. Something to note is that each individual head don't do too much damage, but it's bad if they all gang up on one character. And after all this time, one Monsoon was not even enough to finish the Firehead, which I was hoping would happen. But yeah, as you can see, this fight can get really difficult because the 3 heads basically suffocate you with their superior numbers. And as if things weren't going bad enough, the green head decides it wants to paralyze Finn. But yeah, I guess one thing you can do to make this fight go easier is to try to defeat the green head first, since it can inflict paralysis and seriously hinder you. I decided to switch to Aurora there, because with Finn out of action I wanted someone who could do decent damage. But the Firehead is still surviving. I really should have used like a light magic attack or something, maybe that would have done the job. So yeah, Aurora completely flopped, so I'm going back to Rubella for her speed. Also, I'm sorry if the Golem doesn't get more screen time, it's just that he doesn't really fit my playstyle, and he is not really suited for this fight anyways. Now is the time to try to replenish our MP. Keyword, try. We get paralyzed so close to our goal. Sad. We have just enough MP for one last Monsoon. And we finally get him and we'll be able to breathe a little easier now. Apparently Rubella has a lightning alkali equipped. I really didn't remember that, but this can be useful. Also, this gives me the chance to bring up a good point. If you're not stupid and lazy like me, you can equip the appropriate oculi before a boss fight to try to have an easier time with it. I really should have dealt with the green head first. More MP for Rubella because she is running kinda low. I'm really starting to get annoyed by this boss. Here I go for ailment protection just as a safety measure. And yes, he's gone. As you could see, we struggled a lot less when one head was gone, so now that 2 of them are gone, it's gonna be basically a formality. I'm still going to use a magic potion because I don't want to be here forever. And I'm sure you guys don't want that either. Wow, I completely forgot that. Golem gets a chance to shine. And nice, he's finally down and we get a bunch of level ups.
Come to the water, quickly. Birds they were, now be free. Lift the curse and the kapili.
What a curious basin.
It shows you what your heart is craving.
Perhaps it will show me the moon and the sun.
Have a look, it's worth a run.
Please, it is Holy Saturday. I beseech your grace. The people await your speech, your grace.
My Aurora, my heart's broken.
Your grace? Someone, bring the doctor! Your grace!
Father!
Did you see the sun and the moon?
Make your magic again, quick!
It only works once.
I'm going to be sick!
Finn,
Grandpa, good to see you about.
none of that. Come here, you cowardly lot.
Princess,
Aurora! Please, madame.
thank you on behalf of my people, Aurora. We were afraid to never again see the soft green hills of Lemuria.
I wish I could be happy. My heart is colder than frost. I fear that for my father, all hope has been lost. The lady's flute. Let us see what it will do. Fingers crossed.
Aurora, you sing like a bird.
What sweet music I just heard.
Nothing changed at all. Not even the weather. Yet, somehow, I feel a little better.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out everyone's stuff, they are amazing. Okay, bye.